Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around.
Good morning, everyone. This is Jamie here with MyTarot.org. And what a busy weekend it's been. So I did my the training for demystifying the minors, so that was really exciting. And forgot to put up the schedule again this morning because I was working on the next event and Tarot Tuesdays, which I think I'm going to keep doing because I've gotten a good response on that. So what are we doing here this morning, though? As we listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean, we're going to try and find a positive way to start the week. With that reminder to take a breath and putting our feet flat on the floor and shoulders relaxed. So, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Mine was busy, but it was really, really good. Like I said, I get so energized by doing the tarot classes. So, feet flat on the floor, butt comfortable in the seat, shoulders relaxed with that stressometer. Where's our shoulders at? And our necks. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, Vicky and Maureen, Holly, and Angel. Is that Angelina? Angelina. Angelina's always been such a pretty name. So what we're doing is just, now that we're switching that mode, we're checking in with the universe. As I always say with meditation, it's kind of going in and seeing if there's any angers or resentments that might be hidden away, or seeing if there's any tips or tricks we can get from the tarot so that if there are any, we can be prepared. We have girded our loins so that if something does pop up today, instead of reacting, maybe we'll think, oh, we covered that today in our meditation. Or when I took those moments to myself, and then instead of reacting, maybe we can go out and just get an extra breath. So, yeah, I'm excited about the next class. I'll put online the last class because I actually have a good video of that, or a decent video, which was demystifying the minors. And next, it's having a conversation with the court cards. That's what I'm calling the next class. So let's see, what does the universe have for us today? That's a darn good question. As I get an extra sip of coffee. Coffee is my inspiration. So I'm going to make our 3 stacks, each one a different thread going out to the universe. So the upside down cup on the table. So, yes. So, I'll take a brief second here. So, the upside down cup. So, I collect tarot stuff. So, there's like these Saturday Evening Post from 1920s, and here's a little tarot thing that was sent out in the early 1900s. And so, I collect all these tarot things. I have 130 tarot historical boards hanging on my walls. The person that created the first Ouija board, now which boards were out there, they were pretty much handmade. But the first company that made the Ouija board This is his bureau. This is his end table. And see that sampler back there that has like the alphabet on it? You know how samplers have the alphabets? Well, there was a, his great-granddaughter died. And I helped somebody clear out Charles Kennard's great-granddaughter's house. And I was given this piece of furniture, a mirror, and a few others. And he had heard a story that one of the things that Charles Kennard had done when he was thinking about doing the tarot, creating the, tarot, the Ouija board, is that he had put a saucer on a breadboard and moved it around. So that's kind of in memory of that. And that sampler up there with the alphabet going across, that was his from his childhood home. And you gotta wonder if he had looked at that and said, man, that would be a great tarot, a great Ouija board, a great idea for like the Ouija board kind of thing. So that is that. Tea reading. So yeah, we do tea and tarots. So now, sorry for that interruption. Now I'm taking that breath again, feet flat. I get very excited about talking about Ouija boards, by the way. So, feet flat, butt in the seat, shoulders relaxed, neck relaxed. And so, we have our 3 stacks. Each one of these is different. I should have actually done that at the very end. I apologize. I could have, instead of like breaking what we're doing here, in case you weren't interested in what that stuff was. So I apologize. But my shoulders are relaxed and my neck is relaxed. And now we're going to reach out to the universe. Each one of these stacks is like a different thread going out to the universe, like a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is like a different path. Because this stack will lead down one path, this a different one, and this a different one. And good morning, Joey. As you saw, Joey, I kind of went on a tangent there when somebody asked a question about what the cup was behind me. So, with that in mind, you know what? I'm just going to go for the center, which is the heart. And I'm going to do our 3 and 1. And I'll turn each card over one at a time like they're the pages of a book. So what does the universe have for us today? And we are starting right off with the Wheel of Fortune. So this is actually a great way to start a Monday because it's something new. So we spin that wheel. We don't know where it's going to land. But I do believe that we can affect the wheel, as I like to say, if we do good things, we get good things. It's just karma. So, this morning when we start out, we're thinking already about any angers or resentments where we might snap out at somebody or things like that. Well, just imagine that it's like, if we connect with the universe, if we've relaxed our shoulders, we've stopped reading any of the news, and we decide to react positively, then that's going to be a good start to the day. If we do get built up angers and things and we react that way, well, the wheel may spin another way. So, but let's see what's next. We have the 6 of Swords. Oh my goodness. So, swords. They are our thoughts and our ideas, and they can be our anxieties as we start getting into the upper numbers in the cards. But doesn't this actually look peaceful? See this? So 6s are about harmony, improvements, things getting better. In numerology, it's from 1 to 10. 5 is in the middle, and 5s are that challenge. And if we can just get over that challenge, it's almost as if we can just ride this boat here. We can relax and lay down like this flower and just try and let our minds float on the water a little bit. And that's kind of reflecting back to, if we can just take that breath and spin the wheel and talk about starting our week. So, court cards and minors. These right here, the named cards like this, these are our majors, and these are the destiny cards. These are the ones we pay attention to. The minors are our day-to-day cards, which is welcome to a Monday. So, but those big things are what affect us. And how we handle those big things is how the next thing's going to be affected. So, when a big change comes, when that wheel spins, we do have a choice. Do we want to accept the challenges that were the fives, so that we can rise to the sixes with that mental anxiety? And that's kind of what it's just asking. These are all just suggestions, but it's just a reminder that sometimes, personally, when there's big changes, or if a change comes along, or there's something I don't like, sometimes we don't even recognize a change. You know, in history, people in the middle of history do not realize the wheel is spinning, do they? They see the small steps, but they don't see the big picture that time shows us. But as we go through the big picture, we think more clearly if we just ride that river in the universe in time. So that when it's time to do something, when it's time to take charge. So the court cards can represent us, or it can represent somebody else, or just be part of a situation. They're not male or female, it's masculine energy and feminine energy. And this is that masculine energy that says, I need to get things done. The wheel is spun. I'm not getting knocked off my rocker, because I'm going to mentally find that space today. And then I'm going to take charge. But I'm also the King of Cups. Cups are about empathy. Cups are about spirituality. Cups are about feelings. So it's not just saying, I am the king, what I say goes, because I'm the smartest person in the room. This is about saying, I hear you. I want to understand how you feel. Sometimes a king has to overrule and say, I understand and I hear what you say and it's valid, but this is what we need to do adulting today. Double audio. Sorry about that. There, is that better? Sorry about that. But still, So I'm not going to let this knock me off my rocker. It's like, boy, if I was a professional, I wouldn't be having issues with the microphone. I wouldn't be breaking in the middle to talk about tarot, and Ouija boards, blah, blah, blah. You know, I could be taking this totally different. Or I can laugh it off. Thank you, Joey, for letting me know about that. All right, thank you, Vicky. So you see what I mean, though? It's like it's not the bears in the woods that we have to watch out for, is it? It's the mosquitoes. It's those small things. I messed up I had problems last week with the microphone. I thought I fixed it. Look at this. I'm so embarrassed. How am I going to go on with the rest of my week? And trust me, I've had those parts, those periods. But what would the King of Cups say? The King of Cups would simply say, welcome to being human. The King of Cups would say to me, but I'm amazed at how fast you were able to fix that compared to a year ago when you didn't understand the software as much. The King of Cups would say to me, you've done a good job. And that's what we need to listen to. and not beat ourselves up and not let the external forces beat us up. And this is the advice card, which is the Knight of Swords. So there's a couple ways that we can look at this, because again, the court cards can be us, it can be somebody else. The Knight of Swords, knights are about fire and energy and just running and doing things. And since he's a Knight of Swords, and swords are the element of air, this is almost like two different types of personalities, isn't it? So it's almost like, which one do we want to listen to? One is saying, sit in our throne, take our experience, and be understanding. The other one's saying, but I've got an idea and I need to run with it, without even thinking sometimes. And again, when we read the tarot, we listen to our inner selves. When we're meditating, we listen to ourselves. So why would I say this for the advice card? You can tell I've been training all weekend. Again, I'm sitting here listening to the conversations in my head. And it's just that this is so important here. And the advice card to me is saying, think about, this is the perfect ADD card. This is a perfect thing where it's like the king is going to settle on one thing, make sure it's done. This knight is fire and energy, and he's going to run with those ideas. So today, it is about listening to that inner King of Cups. That taking care of things that need to be done. And again, the king will say, the king says to himself, it's like, I would rather be out there with the knights running around and not having to concentrate on one thing. But the king also knows, but I need to be able to enjoy tomorrow. I need to take care of today. So that's what he's saying, is he's looking towards the future, which the Knight of Swords has got his back to the future. Today, it's about focusing and letting the wheel turn, and then riding out what that wheel, how that wheel turns, where it lands, and not letting it knock us off our horse, and not just being all bouncy with our our thoughts and ideas this week. It's about finding the calm of the Six of Swords. So let's look for the calm of the Six of the Swords, so that we find the positive in the rest of the week. Find the calm in the Six of the Swords to find the positive for tomorrow. And with that, I am going to be back here again tomorrow. And tomorrow I am going to do the the Tarot Tuesday. And there was a request to look at the Celtic Cross. Sometimes people are like, you see the instructions and there's 5 different ways to do the Celtic Cross. Well, I'll show you how I do it, so that and then I'd be interested in seeing what other people's favorite spreads are. So if you have like a link or something like that that says, here's the spread that I use, I would be thoroughly interested in checking out those different types of spreads. And with that, thanks again and have that amazing day, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand, whispers of faith echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the card, turn around, disturb